bridge so worn, no man can fix, no man can fix. Because it's time to...
Hello, I'm with SIVU, aka James Page, but I want to call you SIVU, so that's all we're going to go for. That's like your alter ego. Like, I feel like SIVU is going to be like the bad boy in SIVU.
I think SIVU seems like that really weird uncle. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like, oh, here's SIVU, like,
yeah,
touch my bum again,
yeah,
like... Oh, we'll run with that. So you're on tour with Nick Mulvey.
Yeah.
Like, how's that going?
Yeah, it's really good actually. I'd never really like heard much of Nick's stuff before, so I felt really bad. But like he's amazing. Like we've been on tour about a week and a half now, and yeah, the whole tour's been sold out, and it's been great for me. So it's good.
Yeah. So like I guess bigger crowds than like big crowds.
A lot bigger actually.
Yeah.
So like it's probably like the biggest tour I've done actually up to now, which has been great, and it's kind of been like a really long tour, and Nick's so nice. So it's been great.
So did you get on quite well then?
Yeah, I think so. I hope
good.
So. Yeah.
Are you like lads on tour like?
Oh man, definitely not. Not like we haven't had a day off yet, so tonight could be the only night it kicks off really.
Watch out guys, like SIVU is about to come to Sheffield. So how's like the tour bus? Like I always find it a really weird situation, tour buses, because you're in such a confined space with the same people for quite a while. Like has there been any like bit disagreements, or is it just like party?
It's been fine actually. Yeah. I think the kind of the plan has really been just to spend as little time on there as possible. So like as soon as we get up in the morning, we'll just get up and go out and do our thing, and then do the gig, stay in the venue, and then don't go in the bus until like you're ready to sleep.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Why is that? Like,
I just
don't like being...
I think because there's so many of us in there, like we kind of, especially because I'm like not like I'm just kind of blagged my way in. I'm just like supporting, so I don't want to get in anyone's way. So I kind of like sneak in and kind of
like,
and like crawl in and out. But
so how many is there of you? Because
so there's like 7 Nick Mulvey crew, and there's me and my keys player Lucy. So yeah, it's about 9 or 10 of us. So
when you perform, it's just you and keys?
Yeah, just normally I have a band with me, but like because the nature of the shows, because I'm quite chilled, he said I kind of asked us to do more of a stripped back thing. So it's just me and a keys player called Lucy, who's great. So usually you do have a band? Yeah. Okay. And how did you meet them? So Cyrus, my bass player, I met when I was touring with the Staves. He plays with them. And Lucy, I met kind of just through like mutual friends. And my drummer Mark plays in a band called Kid, who's really good, and we kind of met through gigs. So I've just met them through friends of friends and gigs, which is really nice. So did they, so your album, I'll talk about this now, Something on High, it's just been released, isn't it, quite recently. So did the band help you with that, or was it purely kind of like solo thing? Yeah, I did the album in the studio with this guy called Charlie, and we did it all in Brixton, and then the album was done, and then kind of finding, I was always like touring, but I was doing more with like string players, so I was doing a lot of stuff like that, and then once the album was done, we kind of wanted to get a band around it and kind of emulate the album more. So yeah, so we kind of did, after the album was done, then we looked for people. Okay, I got it. Yeah. So I love the album. Like I said to you earlier, like I had a song of yours in my head, and it's kind of embarrassing. Yes, I've been listening to it loads, and it's like it's a strange album. Like I'm gonna put it out there, like in a brilliant way. Oh yeah. But so you have like songs that are quite biblical, and I read somewhere that you're not religious. You just So why do you use so What's the deal with that?
Yeah.
Do you know when like I first started? Because I wrote, like I'd played in lots of bands growing up, and I played under my own name for a long time as well. And I kind of got really bored of the things I was writing about, and like working in a job and kind of living in a small town. It just all kind of sounded the same. So when I moved to London, I started writing. My best friend Simon had this like St. Christopher necklace on, and I was like, oh, what's this about? And he kind of told me the story about it. And I just kind of find it really interesting, really, because I was, again, not being religious, but the idea of, like, when I kind of write songs, I try and, like, use, like, imagery in my mind, kind of when I'm writing them. That sounds so wanky, but yeah, so yeah, I was doing that, and then I just, like, yeah, I don't know, like, those stories I just found really interesting, because, like, whether you're religious or not, I guess people kind of know about them. So there's a song on the album called Bodies where I kind of talk about that Noah's Ark.
Yeah, I like that one.
Oh, thank you. But yeah, that's just more about like wiping the slate clean and just kind of starting again. But I just like using those kind of that imagery rather than singing like, oh, I'm having a week, like singing so much about me, almost taking the focus away from me a little bit. Okay. So like. So sort of telling a story. Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah. Okay. Exactly. So that was kind of that was the idea, and for when I first started writing for the album, that just seemed like such a more appealing way to write, rather than singing so much about me. I just kind of felt like taking the heat off me, and and that's kind of why I changed my name to SIVU, and so it just seemed like a fun thing to do.
Okay, so the songs itself, even though they're sort of like portrayed in a different way, does it reflect sort of your experiences and stuff?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I really realised that until the album was done, and I had it all together, and I kind of had it all through, and I was like, wow, it's kind of my story for the last kind of year and a half. So.
Yeah, it's really nice because there's so many different emotions, and like sometimes you're like desperately sad, and other times you're like sort of hopeful. It's just like, I don't know, it's like, it's a good album. It's a nice little journey. I really like your song Miracle.
Yeah.
I wrote a blog post about it actually.
Wow.
Like bigging it up.
Okay, yeah. So Miracle was kind of like, it's probably like on the album, it's probably like the biggest song on there, like in terms of production and stuff. But like the song was kind of about like, I don't know. It was kind of like, again, it's kind of asking like the bigger question of like why are we here, but not even as deep as that really. I just think I was feeling quite lost and I was a bit like frustrated, and I was just kind of the idea of like we're just like here for such a short space of time, and it sounds so weird talking about it. It's a really hard song to kind of explain, but it's kind of like asking that question, you know. Like I've always kind of, my whole life I've always had these issues with like myself, and kind of growing up and always having these questions about where do we go afterwards and things, and that song was kind of about that. Yeah, it's quite like, yeah, that song's a really strange song actually, because that song, when I wrote it I didn't really think about it, it's kind of sad. And yeah, it's kind of like, again, I was feeling a bit sad, so that song's kind of about that.
Yeah, it's so aside from album stuff, like things are going well for you, like, you know, on tour for Nick and Molby, toured with London Grammar, haven't you?
Yeah.
I'm sure that was incredible.
Yeah, that was amazing.
And you're about to tour with Bombay Bicycle Club.
Yeah.
The lucky thing.
I know.
Like, that is going to be incredible. And with Peace as well, like Peace are supporting as well.
Yeah.
So you're looking forward to that?
I can't wait. Yeah, that tour is like a dream. Like, I've been, like, Bombay Bicycle Club are like my favourite band. Like,
Ace, aren't they?
Yeah, and like, as like a career band, they've just done it properly, you know. So to be touring with them, it's going to be a dream. And the venues are huge as well.
Massive, aren't they?
Yeah.
I was looking at some of them, I was just like, oh my god, you are going to be like on this huge stage, like looking out. It's going to be crazy.
I know, it's going to be terrifying, but no, it's going to be such a good opportunity, and it's going to be such a nice way to finish the year as well. So I'm really excited.
Go out with a bang. And I saw that you did a session for Radio 1 recently as well. Like, Hugh Stevens is really liking you at the moment.
Yeah.
So like, how does it feel like with like radio presenters like that taking an interest in you?
It's so crazy, because like when I started, I knew we talked about putting the album out, we all kind of knew that it was never going to be one of those albums that was going to go top 10. We kind of thought there was never going to be that. So, and Radio 1, I just never thought we'd ever get any Radio 1 play. So like when we started getting a little bit, it was like wow. And then Hugh kind of asked me on to do a Made of Vale session. It was just like such a dream, and he's such a nice guy, and he's been so supportive of me ever since actually, which is so lucky.
Good. Yeah. So good. So what else, you know, are you going to be up to? What sort of do you want to be doing in a year's time? Which, you know.
Do you know what? Like next month, like I want to go away and like write the next record. I want to get it written, and then New Year going to do like a big headline tour. So kind of like February, March, doing like a big like 20-day my own.
In the UK.
Yeah, I've never done that before. So I think we're going to do really small kind of 100-cap venues all around the UK.
Yeah.
And then I want to get the album. I want the new album out kind of next year. I want it kind of out in the middle of next year. I want to do it really quick. Skipping stones across oceans, home is all I've been thinking about now.